of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Item number 3 is to approve today's agenda.
Mr. Chairman, I'll move item 3. Second.
Motion and a second. Any questions or comments on today's agenda? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. Item 4 is to approve February 12, 2019 meeting minutes.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments on item number 4? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item 4 is approved. Item 5 is drainage claims, and we have 2. Drainage District number 243, Johnson, Section 5. We have a sinkhole turned in by Jane Francos. And Drainage District number 3-9, Humboldt Lane, Jackson, Section 9. It is surface draining to dredge ditch turned in by Kenny McRoy.
Mr. Chairman, I'll move item 5.
Second.
Motion and a second on drainage claims. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item 5 carries. Item number 6 is to receive and place on file 6-month pay increase in accordance with the labor agreement from $15.93 to $16.39 per hour for Aaron Marslin, Correction Officer, effective February 22nd, 2019, per the recommendation of Steve Elfritz, Jail Administrator.
Make the motion to act on item 6. I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Questions or comments on item number 6? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. Item 7 is to receive and place on file 6-month pay increase in accordance with the labor agreement from $15.93 to $16.39 per hour for Erie Robinson, Corrections Officer, part-time, effective March 13, 2019, per the recommendation of Steve Elfritz, Jail Administrator.
Mr. Chairman, I'll move item 7. Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item 7 carries. Item number 8 is to receive and place on file 6-month pay increase in accordance with labor agreement from $15.93 to $16.39 for Ashley Kepper, Correction Officer, full-time, effective March 15, 2019, per recommendation of Steve Elfritz, Jail Administrator.
Mr. Chairman, I motion to move item 8.
I'll second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item 8 carries. Item number 9 is to accept and place on file the resignation of Kaylin Duckett, Correction Officer, part-time, effective February 26, 2019, per the recommendation of Steve Elfritz, Jail Administrator.
Mr. Chairman, I'll motion to move item 9.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments on item number 9? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item 9 carries. Item number 10 is to approve and authorize Steve Elfritz, Jail Administrator, to fill the Corrections Officer part-time vacancy in Jail Administration due to the resignation of Kaylin Duckett.
Make the motion to move item 10. I'll second.
Motion and a second on item number 10. Any questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item 10 carries. Item number 11 is to receive and place on file the hiring of Tammy Donahoe, Administrative Assistant, WIC Outreach Worker, full-time, effective March 1st, 2019. Was originally submitted as March 4th, 2019, at the rate of $15 per hour, per the recommendation of Terry Prescott, Director, Webster County Public Health.
Mr. Chairman, I'll move item 11. Second.
Motion and a second. Any questions or comments on item number 11? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item 11 carries. Item number 12 is to receive and place on file the resignation of Sarah Feldman, Case Manager, full-time, effective February 22nd, 2019, per the recommendation of Allison Hauser, Administrator, Community Services.
Mr. Chairman, I motion to move item 12.
I'll second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? All in in favor? Opposed? Item 12 carries. Item number 13 is to adopt resolution number 2019-07. A resolution to adopt the following resolution approving salary adjustments for the elected officials for fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2019.
Mr. Chairman, I'll move item 13.
I'll second it.
Motion and a second, and this is per the comp board, I believe.
Correct.
No adjustments have been made.
Correct.
Questions or comments on item number 13? It's a roll call.
Campbell, aye. Carlson, aye.
Campbell, aye.
Conrad, aye.
Vote aye.
Passes. It is now the citizens' opportunity to address the board with items not on the agenda.
Sure. Nobody else wants to talk.
Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Linda Klein from the Webster County Extension Office. I'm the program coordinator. This is Jerry Cheezick, our regional director, and he serves Hamilton, Humboldt, Webster, and Wright counties. And so we're just here to give our annual report about extension and what we've been doing a little bit and to give a little bit of an update. So Iowa State Extension Outreach engages Iowans in solving today's problems and planning for tomorrow. Researchers look over the horizon to find innovations and identify emergent issues so we can help Iowans prepare for the future. We're committed to the land-grant mission of accessibility and research-based education and information. And so we're governed by a 9-member extension council that meets monthly. And so the different 4 signature areas we've been working on is healthy and well-being, and that includes family finances, family life, reducing poverty, and nutrition and wellness. Holly Van Heel, she's our Nutrition 7 health specialist, and she does a lot of Safe programs. So, Mark probably knows about that, and people are taking the program to teach current best practices related to safe food handling and cleaning and sanitizing. We've done a lot of Buy, Eat, Live Healthy program, which Carol Machino does, working to change the trend of Iowans who are not eating enough healthy foods like fruits and vegetables and whole grains. She works with families to build knowledge and skills to make healthy choices despite their tight food budgets, and she reached 207 household members last year. Prosper RX is a scientifically proven delivery system that facilitates sustained quality delivery of evidence-based programs, and we work with the school systems with Life Skills and Strengthening Families programs for the 6th through 6th graders and their parents. And we've been doing a lot of agriculture stuff. We're keeping women in ag informed. I've been doing a lot of women programs, and they seem to like coming to them, learning about business, what their husband does on the farm. A lot of those women are, doing work on the farm too, and we've been getting a lot of people coming to that. For Master Gardeners, they just received a grant to take the community, the old community garden down there, and to make it a community garden to donate produce and stuff to local food pantries. We did some farmland drainage workshops last year, farmland leasing, beekeeping was a popular thing, and farm succession and estate planning is always a big deal with those farmers getting older. Master Conservation is going to start in May. We're going to have 7 weeks, and that will teach people to plant the seeds of conservation by connecting local conservation leaders with natural resource professionals to work together to conserve Iowa's natural resources. So, trying to make people get out to the parks and see what we have out there. K-12 outreach, Lindsay Kavanaugh has about 300 youth and 4-Hers. She's doing a lot of project meetings, and they're learning about STEM. We have an AmeriCorps volunteer working with the schools, going into the school systems, teaching them STEM activities. We have an international 4-H culture club. Those kids go to Kosovo, and 4-H connects with almost 1 to 5 Iowa K-12 students to improve their college and career readiness. So, they have interviews yet, and they do good with their club meetings, and they're getting community service. We have community and economic development. We're going to do a grant writing workshop, and I'll be telling the city people about that on April 4th in conjunction with Iowa Central. We're going to be doing a small business consulting project class starting on Thursday in Gallery. We've been working a lot with Gallery and going down there and attending their development commission meetings, and we did leadership last year. This year, we're gonna have that entrepreneurship class come from Ames. Some have been canceled like once or twice because of the snow. But 30 Iowa State college kids are gonna come to Gallery on Thursday. They'll get a walkabout of the town. They're gonna work with 8 businesses. And so that professor will be coming and they'll get a tour of the town, and then they will each take a business and work with that business over the course of the semester to see marketing research and how that Iowa State class can help those businesses. And then April 30th, the public is invited to come and see a presentation that evening. So I could share that with you guys and when that day is. And so students create customized packages for each business. And we also had a dynamic leaders that we talked about in Gallery, and the Growth Alliance did one too. So we've been busy, and are there any questions? I have a packet for you, and it has our annual report, has Rural Iowa at a Glance, Buy, Eat, Live Healthy, Ag Decision Maker, where you can go and get a lot of information about agriculture on there. Small Business Consulting Project, I put a list of what businesses will be. You wouldn't think Gallery has that many businesses, but they do on market, and they're doing really, really good down there and really have a lot going on for them. Data for decision makers, how to get to that site. And, I have we're working with community and family resources, and if you have some drugs laying around at home, you can take that and dispose of them in this new, like a charcoal, a little bit of water, and get rid of your opioids, because you don't want them staying around. And extension with our Prosper RX, we've been working with that and adding the opioid piece to that too. So, Mr. Chizik, would you like to say anything?
Sure. Well, and I want you to know how good of an extension office you have in Webster County, as active as Linda and the staff there are. And so, again, we appreciate the support that you give Extension. And just real quick, Keith, I'll put you on the spot. How many years has Extension been in Webster County?
As long as I've been here.
That's right.
60 years at least.
Yep, and so 100, and will be 102 years. Extension has been here. So with that, again, we appreciate the opportunity to come and give a little update. That stakeholders report gives you a little snippet of what goes on, but I'm excited to have this entrepreneurship in human sciences class come. They put an individualized toolbox together for each of these businesses. There's no cost to the business. Extension Council locally has gone ahead and paid for the bus to come and that type of thing for the students to come out twice. And, some of them, Nikki, will be huge ideas. Others will be little tiny ones. And the business owner can go ahead and choose if they accept them all, they don't accept any. But it's just another fresh set of eyes from college kids who are the ones that are spending some money again and providing ideas. So thank you. Thank you. Well, here. How are you?
Well, I don't think I brought one for you, but I have one. I have one.
We still have that with you, Ellie.
I have one.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Any other citizens with opportunity to address the board? Board Supervisor Committee reports.
We'll be meeting with Farm Bureau Wednesday night and going over things with them, with the engineer and the sheriff and the assessor. CBB is contracted with Jay Shans, the guy that ran the Fireball Run. He's going to be doing some meetings next week on how we can promote our community and the county better. When we were here for the Fireball Run, we just noticed how many things we had in the county. That we live in the county here our whole life, but we don't realize what we really have here. But we don't know how to promote it like we should. So he's going to come, supposedly teach us how to promote our area, and maybe we can get some more tourism here.
Is that this Caldwell this Saturday night? Is that the Opera House they're doing game night?
Yep.
Trivia night? Saturday night?
That's a fun night. Yeah,
It is fun.
It's a great event.
Hey, last week we had the regional Region 5 hazmat meeting where we approved the purchasing and financing of a new hazmat truck, so that is exciting for our region. Coming up next week, there's a CSS board meeting on the 27th and a MIDAS board meeting on the 27th as well.
As changed, the Central Island Juvenile Detention turned out to be last Friday, and no changes there, and we've got an E911 meeting coming up Thursday night.
Supervisor Conrad and I went to the CSS meeting last week. The region is looking at wanting to make all of the county employees region employees. They've hired somebody to come in and make that happen. We met with them and some of the employees. They are now looking at the handbooks and a pay scale to see if it will move forward. So we'll keep you updated. Anything else? Motion to allow claims?
So,
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And a motion to adjourn.